Hey, what's up, y'all? Happy to see you guys back in my home. Today, coming with a new video. Gonna be talking about financial literacy. Let's get into it.
Rather a recipe or slice of the pie. Without hustling in the street, we can still cop bricks, legal and legit. Get money by income. Get money by income. Get money by income. Started eating crumbs, now we shine like the sun. Get money by income. Get money by income. Get money by income. Started eating crumbs, now we shine like the sun. Residual income, rental income, dividend income, passive income, mailbox money.
So, what is financial literacy? Well, to put it simply, financial literacy refers to the skills and information that allows an individual to make wise decisions with their money. The more financial literate that you are, the more you understand money concepts, the better the chances are that you'll be able to make smart and wise decisions with your hard-earned dollars. So, like I was telling you guys, financial literacy is about managing your money, having the skills and the information. But before you get to managing the money, you first got to understand, how does money work? Well, to put it simply, money is just a tool that we exchange for products or service. Most people earn money through a job, which means that they trade their time for a certain amount of money. They either work for someone or some organization that is producing products or providing services for the general market, right? But this also explains why most people are not rich, or most people are not financially independent. You see, rich people don't work for money like most people do. Instead, they get other people to work for them through a business, or they get their money to work for them as an investor. Now, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, so let me just take it from the beginning. Let me start with the foundation. So the foundation of financial literacy is earned income. As I mentioned, well, as the name suggests, income refers to the money that is coming in. Most people earn an income through a job, but there are several other ways you can earn income. You see, working a job, this type of income is called active income, meaning you need to actively do labor in order to receive money. But there's another way that you can make money. This way is called passive income. That refers to your money making money and you making money while you sleep, whether you actively work or not. But before I get into that, let me focus a bit on this active income, which is what most people do and most people use to make money or to earn their income, right? Through their job. So something important to consider when you're looking for a job or you're looking for a career opportunity is, first, you need to think, what kind of lifestyle do I want to live? Do I want to work 80 hours a week? Do I want to be on call 24/7? Do I want a simple 9 to 5? Do I want freedom and flexibility? Right? You first got to decide, what kind of lifestyle do you want to live? Because your job will have a significant impact on your lifestyle. Some important considerations to take into, your thoughts is, one, is this type of work in line with my personality, in line with my skills? Does this job provide opportunity for improvement, for growth, for equity, for development? Is there benefits that come along with this job? What is the pay structure? Am I entitled to bonuses? Am I entitled to equity? Do I share in any of the profits? Right? So all of these considerations, what type of education do I need? How much debt will I need to accrue in order to get that education to qualify for that particular job or career? Right? So all of these things have to be taken into consideration when you're out there looking for a job. Don't just take the first one that comes along your way. Put some careful thought, time, and consideration into that. Why? Because the reality is, most people spend most of their waking life working 40 hours a week, right? We only have 168. You spend 8 hours every day sleeping, 40 working. By the time you look and left over, you only have a certain amount of time for your family. So most of your time is going to be spent at your work. So make sure it's something fulfilling and something you enjoy and something in line with your values and your principles, and most importantly, with the ideal lifestyle that you aspire to have. So even though earned income in the form of wages, salary, commission, bonuses is how most people earn their living, I would suggest to acquire additional streams of income. Why? Because relying on one source of income is too risky, especially in today's climate. Having one source of income is too close to none, in my opinion. So, what are some other ways that you can make money? Well, there are 7 different ways you can make money. The first, earned income. So this is your typical 9 to 5, how you make your money, your salary, your paycheck, your hourly wage. I kind of delved a bit into this already. So let's move on to the second one. The second one now is profit income. So profit income refers to a business bringing in more revenue than they are spending. The difference between the revenue and the expenses that the business generates is called the profit. So the great thing about this revenue stream is that there's no cap or no limit to how much you can make. Your income will be determined by the success or the profitability of the business. So the other thing to consider when you're starting a business and pursuing profit income is the risk. So if the business isn't generating enough money and the expenses are above your revenue, you're going to have negative. So although that there is the great reward of unlimited potential income, there is that risk that you do need to consider and take into consideration. The next way I'm going to talk about earning money is interest income. Now, interest income is very simple. You lend someone money, and as a result of them borrowing money from you, they will need to pay you interest. Very simple. That's just how it works. Not too much complicated to it. So let me give you an example of how interest income works. Let's say I have my neighbor, Jim, and Jim needs to borrow $100 from me. I say, okay, Jim, I'm going to lend you this $100, but I need 8% interest on top of the $100. So what that means is now Jim will not just have to pay me back the $100 that he borrowed, he'll also have to pay the $8 of interest on top of that. So by lending out your money, I'm in turn getting back more money for taking that risk. And that's how interest income works in a nutshell. The next way you can earn an income is dividend income. So dividends, let me start from the beginning. So there's 2 kinds of companies for the most part, not excluding nonprofits, right? For profit companies. There's public and private. When you start your own business and you're building up, you're going to probably be a private company. But these big corporations, Apple, Google, all these other companies you can think of that are major, for the most part, these are public companies. Now, the difference between a private company and a public company is a public company offers shares, which is a percentage of ownership in that company, available for purchase and sale on the stock market. Now, there are some companies who provide an incentive to invest in them in the form of a dividend. Now, dividend is a percentage of the profits that the company pays out to investors every single quarter, so every 3 months. So if you buy a company, for example, Coca-Cola, and they're paying a quarterly dividend, that means for every share of that company you own, every quarter, you will get X amount of dollars. This is what I was talking about in passive income, right? So this is the dividend income. It works as a result of owning stocks in a publicly traded company. The fifth form of income is rental income. Now y'all see why I got hype. Y'all see why I got hype. Because as a real estate agent, I understand the power of rental income. Having this kind of income stream is amazing. It will completely change your life. Why? Let me explain. Let me tell you. This is why I love real estate as an investment strategy, okay? Let me break it down. So, when you're receiving the rental income and it's in excess of your mortgage, your maintenance, and your taxes, you're going to be making profit every single month just by letting tenants live in a building that you own. The amazing part about this strategy is rental income or cash flow is not the only way that you're creating wealth through this vehicle. As a property owner, you're also going to benefit from the appreciation, which means over time, the value of the house is increasing. You're also going to be benefiting from the debt pay down, which means every single month, the tenant is paying down your mortgage, paying down your debt. So your equity is increasing. And that's the beauty of it. Your equity build up as well because your debt's going down, the price is going up. You're not paying anything. You're making that monthly cash flow and you're building up your equity. You're building up your wealth. Like, real estate is an amazing, beautiful vehicle to use to create wealth and to create additional forms of income. If you need any more advice or looking to get started in real estate, I'm a real estate agent, Tristan Scott Real Estate, and I'm always looking to help. So get in touch with me today. The next form of income is capital gains. So capital gains comes as a result of selling an asset for more than you paid when you bought it. So if I buy a house and instead of renting it out, I want to fix it up, make it nice, and then sell it for profit, that kind of profit is called capital gain. If I buy a stock for $100 and it's worth $200 by the end of the year, and I decide to sell that stock, that difference between what I bought it and sold it is called capital gain. Now, in Canada especially, there's capital gains tax, which is something to take in consideration because this will take away a significant portion of your profits. That's why I encourage long-term investing rather than short-term so that you are mitigating your tax burden. Last and certainly not least, royalty income. So this is for my creators, for my creative people out there. Anytime you make some intellectual property, whether that's a book, whether that's a song, whether that's a movie, you're going to be entitled, or an invention, a patent, right? You're going to be entitled to royalties. Anytime that someone wants to use your intellectual property, something you created, something you made up, they're going to have to pay you a fee as a result of using your creation. And that's how royalty income works. So the more income streams you can have, the better. You want to have multiple flows coming in and not just be relying on one. Right? So as I mentioned earlier, there's active income and there's passive income. Active income is when you're working for money. Passive income is money coming in as a result of something that you did once. Okay? So the way that you're going to get this passive income and diversify your income streams is through investing. Investing is very, very, very important for financial literacy and financial growth. This is how you make your money make money. Get what I'm saying? You can invest in crypto, you can invest in stocks, you can invest in your own business, you can invest in real estate. There's no limit to how you can invest your money and make these these passive income streams grow. Okay? So let me break down investing. First and foremost, how most people invest is in the stock market. Now you can do this in a TFSA, in a RRSP, in a brokerage account. I would suggest, first and foremost, I'm not a financial advisor. Please consult with your financial advisor, your accountant, legal disclaimer, okay? But I would suggest you invest in your tax-free savings account first. There's a limit to how much you can put in every year, but the great thing about the tax-free savings account is it allows your investments and your stocks to grow. And once they grow, you are not going to get taxed at capital gains, as I mentioned earlier, the same as you would, because the account is tax free. There's a few more details that go into that, but do the research, look into it, and I said consult with your financial advisor. Another way that you can invest is through real estate. Now, as I mentioned, you can do the fix and flip, which is good for generating cash, but like I said, you're going to be paying taxes on these capital gains. And I would highly recommend a long-term investment strategy, because then you allow compound interest to take effect. And with this strategy, you're going to pay lower tax, as well as be getting that monthly recurring cash flow, right, in the form of a rental income. In addition to that, there's also cryptocurrency, which is a new form of money, a digital currency now, that has huge implications for the future. Major corporations are heavily invested, from Tesla to Square, right? A lot of these billionaires and these successful moguls who are self-made are now promoting and investing into Bitcoin, because they see the demise of the fiat currency, which is our paper money, and they see that this DeFi, or decentralized finance, this crypto world, this digital assets, is going to be the future, especially as the world gets more digital and technology integrated. Another thing you can invest in is a private business. With, if you have entrepreneurial tendencies, if you're a risk taker, you can invest in your own business that provides products or services that other people can use. Or if you happen to know some entrepreneurs, you can invest in their business also and benefit from their success of their company, or the success of your own company on your own efforts. So now that you've paid yourself first, a good way to manage your money is to put together a budget. You got to see, what is my income? What are my expenses? Where is my money going? There's 4 things you need to budget for. Your needs: food, transportation, clothing, shelter, right? Your your wants: new pair of shoes, understand? Like things like that. Things that you don't necessarily need to survive, but you want and would be nice to have. In addition to that, you have your debts, so money that you owe, let's say your student loans, or your business loan, or your car loan. And last but not least, your savings / investments, okay? So you just gotta budget your money accordingly, reduce your expenses, increase your savings and investments, but more importantly, which will make all of that easier, is increasing your income. Increasing your income is a major key, because if you keep your expenses the same and increase your income, now you have a much bigger portion you can put into that investment. You can put into that, make that money work for you and compound to grow bigger than your active income. You know what I'm saying? So I talked about what is money, making money, investing money, saving money, managing money. Now let me talk to you guys about spending money. So there's a few different ways you can spend money in this world. The first is with cash. Very simple. You have your paper money, you give it to people, they give you paper or coins back, right? But there's a good and a bad about spending cash. The good thing about spending cash is you're not going to have any debt, because you could only buy with the amount of money that you have. The bad thing about spending cash is it makes it a bit more difficult to track your expenses and understand exactly where is my money going. Cash is good because, as you often heard, cash is king. But there's another saying, which is cash is trash. So it really depends on how you use it. For example, cash can be king when you're buying an expensive product. It gives you additional negotiation, right? Where you can often get products for cheaper or no tax as a result of paying cash rather than using other forms of payment. But cash is trash in the sense that you're not building no credit every time you're spending cash. So in addition to using cash, you can use a credit card. A credit card is good because now all of your expenses will be right where you can see, right? Additionally, as you are using your credit card and paying it off every single time you make a purchase, you are now increasing your credit score. I'm going to get more into credit later, but your credit scoring is an essential part of creating wealth. You're going to need a good credit score for buying a house, getting a car loan, finding a place to live even as a renter. So your credit is very something important that you want to build, especially at an early age. But the downside with a credit card is the high interest. So I told you guys about interest earlier. Credit cards are known to charge upwards of 20% interest. What that means is if you spend $100 and you don't pay off that balance, you're going to now owe the credit card company $120. That's how they get you. So the key thing to keep in mind when you're using credit cards is pay off your balance in full every month. Don't make expenses that you don't have the money to pay for. And also keep your debt utilization below 30%. What that means is if your credit card limit is $1,000, don't spend or put more purchases on there than $333. Low debt utilization means a higher credit score. The last and not least way that you can spend money is with a debit card. Now, the good thing about the debit card is if you get robbed, someone's not going to take your cash. It's very similar to cash in the expense that the money is coming directly out of your account and you need to have the actual cash there to make the purchase. But it provides that additional security that if you get robbed, if your pockets get emptied or something like that happens, you're not going to lose your cash and you're not going to lose that money that you have in your account. And it's just also a bit more convenient when you're making purchases because you're going to have that documentation of what you bought. And it's as well just with the tap utilization now, it's just a little bit easier than carrying cash and getting change back. So these are just some of the different ways you can spend money. There's cryptocurrency and all that you can use online as well, but let me just keep it basic and simple. Okay? Now, we're coming into the home stretch. I talked to you guys a little bit about credit card and a little bit about debt, but let me delve into that further. Debt has a bad connotation in society today. And that's because people don't realize there's a difference. There's good debt and there's bad debt. Bad debt is consumer debt. This is like a car loan. This is credit card debt. This is bad debt because it has no payoff. You get no benefit from this, only interest that you have to pay. But there's also good debt. There's debt that can be good, that can be beneficial. This is in the form of a student loan, right? Student loan is good because as you're going through the education, you're not paying no interest, as well as the skills and the credentials that you build up as a result of being a student and getting further education will result in more earned income later on, right? So education allows you to qualify for certain jobs, professional jobs, especially doctor, lawyer, investment banker, that otherwise you wouldn't be able to qualify for. Another example of good debt would be a mortgage, especially a mortgage on a house that is an investment, because now you're using other people's money to make more money, right? So that's a form of good debt. Another example of good debt is a business loan. Now you're using money to generate revenue, which is going to generate profits, right? So these are examples of debt that can be used positively to build equity, to build assets, to build ownership, rather than consumer debt, which is just draining your pockets and leaving you broke. Now the last, but certainly not least, I need to talk to you guys about protection. The first form of protection I need to tell you guys about in this topic of financial literacy is life insurance. Think about this. They won't even let you drive a car on the road without insurance. But yet, millions and millions of people are walking around with no insurance on the most prized possession they have, their life. I know people don't want to admit this fact, or it's taboo to talk about it, but everybody is going to die. Everybody that is alive or has ever been alive at some point will pass away. And when they do, their family should benefit. Everybody should have life insurance. It's an inevitability. It's not an in case. When you're driving on the road, you might get into an accident. Someone might crash into your car. That's why they don't let you drive without insurance. But when you're living, there is no might, there is no if. It's a matter of when, it's a matter of time. So it would be wise for everybody to look into and invest in life insurance, especially while you are young and while you are healthy. Because as you get older and as you get more and more health complications, you may not even qualify for insurance. There might not be even a company that's willing to take you on and give you that insurance. So get that early while you're young. Make sure you protect your family and make sure that they benefit when you die. The other parts of insurance I need to talk to you guys about is home insurance. In case your house catches fire, you want to protect your assets. If you got expensive jewelry, get some jewelry insurance. That way, if you lose your Rolex, if you get robbed for your iced out AP, you're covered. No stress, no worries. So protection and insurance is an important aspect of financial literacy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys got a lot of benefit from it. If you're interested in finance, saving, investing, real estate, please like, please subscribe. And we're going to be dropping a lot more content like this for you guys to help you guys level up, to help you guys get to that next level and help you guys be successful. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. It's Tristan Scott, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.
Income.